Welcome everyone to Harder Than Copper Age. This is a mod pack that, from the description of the mod, is kinda like Better Than Wolves but a bit easier. I made this mod pack because I didn't like how easy Minecraft is after the Copper Age update, so I made Minecraft more like a survival game, adding stuff to make it more difficult and challenging, but also still heavily adding basic survival game mechanics. This mod was inspired by Better Than Wolves, but it's less harsh and also less grindy, and aside from the hardcore mechanics like swimming creepers or making animals into neutral mobs rather than peaceful ones, it also adds brand new systems like the smithing mod Hot Iron, which adds a lot of depth to the mechanic. Also, you can find both the mod pack and Captain Dunky's YouTube channel, the creator, linked in the description. And I think we can just start with a new world. Punching wood still takes a long time. And there's also as you can see on the left, there's like a fish creeper. The main difference between Better Than Wolves and this one, I think in the early game, is that you don't really need to go through a really long process to get the first few basic materials. We don't really need to do this for sticks, because we can actually just use saplings, so we could just like break leaves. And the mod page actually gives us a few bullet points on stuff we need to gather to progress. For example, the main material in the early game that we need is gravel, more specifically flint, because the first tool we can make is a flint hatchet. Also, we can just like jump around. It's not like Better Than Wolves where everything you do eats up hunger. And to make a hatchet, we actually need a flower, not the rose. For some reason, the rose doesn't work. And we can make a hatchet like that. And now we can basically do the same thing as before, but it takes much less time. And I guess we can just break a couple of trees. Okay, we can't stay too close to the water. And we've got some cows over here. Also, when you try to kill an animal, the others also aggro you and they'll try to kill you. And as you can see, the sheep are really fluffy, they're really cute. And they also drop a lot of wool. I guess because they are so fluffy. Like they drop between... Okay, these ones didn't drop that much, but they drop like a few blocks. And the other important material we need to grab is a specific kind of fiber, like to make a spark lighter. Okay, it's over there. I fear... Yeah, we're... Okay. I guess rivers and bodies of water are a bit too dangerous to go across like that. But now that we know what we're doing, we can also proceed a bit more quickly. Wait, couldn't they like blow up the gravel? Okay. Oh. Okay, it actually did. And also, as you can see, there's the cold sweat mod. So we're gonna need to keep an eye out on our temperature. I think that's also already enough wool, because as you can see on the top, we have the fatigue, which from what I've seen is like lowered when you sleep, so you can't go forever without sleeping. And we are hungry. Our player also made sure to let us know that. I also think we're already mining quite a bit slower. So we should make a campfire, for which we need a bunch of bark. Okay, we have all the bark we need, in theory. No, we're missing a log. Okay, now if we turn this bark into 2 panels with 2 logs, we can make a campfire. And if we use the fiber to make the sparkling flint, and these alongside the fiber we have, we can use it to light up. I'm not sure why we just collapsed. That has never happened to me. We got like cancer, I don't know what's going on. We are literally on the ground right now. That's a new one. I guess we're gonna feel better when we have something to eat. The dog is trying to steal our food. So you're gonna die. I'm sorry. And our campfire died down because we left it unattended. So in theory, food shouldn't be much of a problem. The real problem is gonna be fatigue eventually. We're gonna need to make a bed. And if we break the campfire, we actually get charcoal, with which we can make torches. And I think we can just light them up like these. No, we can't. Oh, you lose the torch if you place it. Okay. Can I like light on fire something else and light it? Okay, yes, we can. I guess for tonight this is gonna be our house. And hopefully we don't get creepers or in general monsters that are able to get in. And actually, in case that does happen, let's make a chopping stump, which we can place just here. And we can use this to make timber. And the timber we can use to make sword handles. And a sword handle with 2 sticks, or a sword handle with a stick, gives you a wooden sword, which is really good. We are feeling cold, but we shouldn't be at risk of freezing. And with flint, you can just gather stone, holding right click, and our flint broke. And with 2 stones, if you hold them one in a hand and one in the other, you can chip them together to get napped rocks, with which we can both make a furnace and our first tools. I think for now we're just gonna gather a bunch of these. Down there, there's a lava pool, which set some stuff on fire. And we are actually starting to freeze. This is no bueno. Maybe it could be worth moving towards the lava pool, hoping we don't die. Ooh, we also got some charcoal and some apples. Then there's 500 million spiders. Okay, the dogs are hunting the skeletons, as well as us. We also have the swimming creepers. Okay. And of course, a zombie spawns a skeletons. Or a skeleton. But maybe we're fine. Let's gather these strings. Okay, I think it was actually a pretty good success. The sun is rising, we didn't freeze to death. We also didn't die, which is great. Oh, we got a little jingle for hitting level 5. That's cute. And to get iron, we just need like... Oh. Okay, it seems armor doesn't stop zombies from burning, and sadly this is a zombie villager which we could eventually turn into a normal villager, but... Okay, I guess we got literally creeped up on us. Oh! Okay, let's not die from a gravel landslide. We also have 4 charcoal, so for now I'm not gonna pick up any coal, because we have this. Let's instead go look for iron immediately. I don't know what this white ore is, and currently I don't really care. We just need... Okay, let's craft the pickaxe also. Oh wait, we need to first craft the gravel into the flint, and then craft the pickaxe. Sadly, I'm not finding any caves. Okay, here we have maybe a bit of a better chance to find some iron. Okay, I don't know why I thought that would work. I was about to say hopefully this next attempt goes better, but... Yeah, I'm not exactly feeling this word, you know? Okay, this one isn't any better either, but... Yeah, I kinda figured this would happen, you know? We lost all of our health immediately. Stay away! Okay, this is a very tropical spawn. But as long as there's some plains behind this forest, we should be fine. Okay. Maybe we can find some iron on these rocky cliffs. Ooh, there's a pyramid. Imagine we find iron ingot. Okay, now we can check the chests. Okay, they actually have pretty nice stuff. Not sure what... Ooh, diamonds even. Although I don't think we can even use this. A blood moon has appeared. Nice. Also, these are already like pure diamonds. Yeah, they're already worked. We could make diamond tools with this. Feather falling on horseshoes. That's hilarious. Player head. That's disgusting. Okay, so this means pyramids are a good source of stuff. We still need a lot of iron, so we're going on to the next world. Okay, this spawn doesn't seem half bad at least. In this attempt, I actually managed to get iron. But sadly, I didn't prepare a base that was able to withstand the cold. And after breaking my bed, I just decided to forfeit the run. While the next one was just cut short in the mines after a terrible encounter with some skeletons. But on attempt 16 or 17, I honestly don't remember, I was actually able to settle down in a safe base and got enough iron for a crafting table as well as a few more tools. With the iron we gathered, I think I'm gonna make 2 separate tools. The first is gonna be the sawmill, for which we just need a second saw, just like we did for the crafting table, and then 3 planks, and I have no clue how big this table is. We're just gonna place it. It's tiny. Okay, and I think if we place wood in it, oh, we can craft all kinds of wood stuff with this. Okay, that's kinda neat. And if we craft a bunch of slabs, because what I want to do with the planks is actually make a roof, or a trough, not sure how it's pronounced. And with this, we're gonna be able to have animal farms, because we can store wheat and seeds in it, or carrots or other crops that breeds animals. And that's the only way to make them breed, so now we can actually have farms. And instead, with the furnace, I want to use the other ingot we have, alongside some flint, to craft a flint and steel. Instead, with the bricks, which I simply gather some clay, that's like vanilla Minecraft, you don't need to do something specific like in Better Than Wolves. And with these slabs, the furnace and the flint and steel, we can make the furnace, which is just like the Minecraft vanilla furnace, because you know that the furnace you need the fiber to light. This one is like the vanilla. You just put the fuel and the item you want to cook, and since it has a flint and steel inside, obviously, you get to cook. So we no longer need to have the fiber and the lighter. We could also place a hopper on top of the trough to automatically put stuff in it, but I think a stack is gonna be more than enough for now. Here you can see we've also got quite a tree farm going. This is gonna be really easy to gather wood from, because once you start timbering all the trees which are close together, they all fall down at the same time. I'm not even sure if we can breed them just by clicking them. I don't think so. But still, we have the trough now, so that's no matter. And the rain is finally clearing up. And it's evening. Well, yes, of course. Okay. So now, if I place this into the trough, they should eventually go to it and start breeding. Maybe. Okay. Hey! And oh wow, why did he spawn an adult? Well, that's better for us, I guess. Now I want to make a similar farm, but for cows. The next objective for iron is to make a bucket, because I don't think we have a source of water nearby to make a farm that's easy to access. Also, I still have no clue what these numbers mean. I just know that the fatigue down to the right is shown, so we know how much fatigue we have. We are hungry, it's not currently daytime, but I heard a creeper explosion, and that's always scary. Oh, look at how many chickens! But alright, it seems our base is actually creeper-proof. As you can see, it's just a really big outer wall, and eventually in the future we're gonna expand it, like we're gonna move the outer wall to be a really big area. So this is wild wheat. We gathered some of it in a previous attempt, but we didn't really have a use for it. And this just gives us a lot of seeds, as well as, well, wheat. It's like grown wheat. So with this, we can also kickstart our cow farm. So we just need to go look for some cows now. There they are. I'm gonna gather each that we can find. And 4 is a beautiful way to start. What? What is that chicken? Why is that chicken so big? Why is everything in this mod so weird? Fat chicken. Look at the amount of eggs! Did you eat like all the wheat seeds? And now we have a full set, which is still roughly new. And now we can just make 2 of these. But for now we're also gonna just use this bone one, or the wood one, as well as just keeping a torch in our inventory to light. And now it's time to, to eat. It's time to eat. It's time to go down, I wanted to say. I guess we're gonna need to mine around the hardstone we find. Sadly, we don't have the TNT to break hardstone. I can hear water flowing. Ooh. Okay, we found a cave. We've got some iron already. Also, can we gather gold with stone? We can, and it drops a lot of gold. Oh wait, this is sulfur. We can make a gunpowder with this. And we're finally starting to pick up the pace on. Let's gather the saltpeter to make gunpowder. No wait, it's not, it's potassium. Oh, you use it to make saltpeter. Okay then, let's craft some. Or grab some potassium, I guess. I usually grab it from bananas, but... No, I lit the entire stack. I knew this was gonna happen at some point. This cave is massive. Okay. Okay, but now we can also make a bucket. And the day is midway, so we can go gather some water. Not sure if we can make an infinite water source. Let's also prepare the... Okay. Let's also prepare the farm area, which I think is gonna be here. And also it seems zombie villagers spawn really frequently. Okay, let's go gather a second bucket and try making an infinite water source. I think it's like 4. And then up here we can start the second farm. Okay, let's try making the infinite water source. Okay, no, we cannot. Okay, that's fine. Finally, storage. There's bees. I want to give them some flowers to make honey. And prepare a campfire to gather it. Right, we should make shears. Let's start making hemp seeds first. Okay, let's build a bit of a wall. Well, let's go check on our bees, but first I want to make a campfire. Okay, these might be kind of broken. And we only used like 10 uses of our axe. Okay, that's amazing. Finally, something that's better than vanilla. Now let's go check on our friends' bees. They are still producing, so for now we can just make a campfire and leave it here. Okay, with this we can make 2 swords. And I should start changing the design of my walls because it's always the same thing in every series, but I like it. Maybe once we get some new materials, I'm gonna start experimenting with more styles. And they are still not done. Maybe it's because they're out of reach. Yeah, that's a possibility. And it's a crimson moon, which I have no clue what it is, but it seems like we're about to die. Oh wait, that was this. Oh, ouch. Okay, we made it home somehow. Whew, I really thought we were gonna die there, but we didn't, so let's just eat and go to sleep. Okay, there's magma slimes, which I guess it's an effect of the crimson moon. Stay nearby the bees, that way they can produce the honey. If they get angry, we're just gonna run away, because we don't want to lose these bees, they're really close. Okay. Will this work? Yes. And we already got 3. So we can already make a beehive. So the bees are gonna go from the beehive to the flowers. So we're gonna need... How did I lose? Like 4 stacks of... Like 4 shanks in a single second. But yeah, basically the bees are just gonna go to the flowers and to the beehive. And as they fly over the field, they are going to basically bone meal the entire field. After this, I went mining again, finding some more iron, as well as some weird gems, which kinda looked like diamonds. And after a few close calls with monsters, I also went and brought the bees back to our farm. Okay, now that we've got a whole bunch of iron, if we look up the items from the hot iron mod, we can actually start crafting, I think, everything that we need. The first item being the smithing anvil, which, I don't know, we're gonna use this corner of the house to use it. Basically, to use this mod, we're gonna need a couple of these tools, mainly the hammer, the bellows, and the tongs. So, with all of this stuff, I think the first 2 items I wanna make are an iron pickaxe and an iron sword. So first we need to get the iron ingots into the tongs. So now if we cook eggs, that's gonna turn on the furnace, and this should set this block on fire only on this side because it's the only one available. So if it catches on fire, we're gonna be able to use the bellows on it to stoke it. And with the stoked flame, we're gonna be able to make the ingots hot, basically. Okay, quick, before the flame burns the block, okay. And now that we have these, we can go and place them in the smithing thing. And with our hammer, we can burn them until we get the pickaxe head, okay. And I just remembered that we actually need to cool this down into a cauldron, which we do not have. So my question is, can I use water? Yes, we can. Okay, perfect. Okay, then we don't need a cauldron. We can just get some water and place it beside our anvil. Now we've got a rough iron pickaxe head. And you can see the tooltip that says polish using a grindstone. So if we go here and polish it, we can then simply put this here alongside a stick. Okay, no, we actually need a tool handle and a string, it seems. Now we can use our timber to get a tool handle. And now with alongside a string, we can very simply craft an iron pickaxe. And we also get our tongs back. And this is actually a really big jump in technology. And let me show you why, man. These animals make the weirdest sounds. And also another use for redstone is actually to make glowstone dust. And with this, we can make everlasting torches. So those are basically the vanilla torches, for which we just need a crap ton of redstone. And there's another fat chicken out here. And I think I want to keep this iron for something else. I don't want to make a sword for now. So the objective of the next trip is actually gonna be gathering redstone, as well as those weird gems. And we are off to the mines. Okay, so here's the redstone. Over here to the right, there was the gems I was talking about. I wonder if they actually are diamonds. They are diamond shards. Okay, so they are diamonds. So this is basically 2 diamonds, because with this we can make a raw diamond. And with a raw diamond we can cook it into an actual diamond. So we have 2 diamonds in this. Alright. Okay. Luckily the shears act the same way they do in Better Than Wolves, which means we can protect ourselves from creepers. Right, I also wanted to grab the redstone, of course. Okay, if this is sulfur, then this is definitely gold chunks. Yes, raw gold melts into 2 nuggets. Oh wait, this is deep slate hardstone. Okay, wow, screw you. That's so similar to normal deep slate. Okay. I basically want to find a couple more diamonds so that we can craft a diamond pickaxe as our next tool. Okay, a bunch of iron and gold. Okay, that's a skeleton with an enchanted bow. Whoa, that made me jump. We should get a bow ourselves. No, why? Okay. And that's an armored zombie. Oh, my ears. Yes. Okay, we have enough. Just want to run back now. Bro, we are so close. Run. Run for your life. Ooh, also this cave is actually accessible from the outside. But alright, we actually made it back. After getting back, I prepared a blast furnace to melt the diamonds, since we can't use the normal furnace. I also used the redstone and the charcoal to make some glowstone to make everlasting torches. And then I also crafted a diamond pickaxe. And after this I tried making some TNT to go to the deep slate level and try exploding the hard rock. But sadly, it only hurt us and didn't really achieve much. And then I went on exploring the caves again, finding a lot of redstone and diamonds. After getting back, a new wandering trader arrived, and I went to check the trades, but for some reason I didn't kill it for the emeralds. And then I built an entire wall around the entirety of our base. And the only problem that we could risk is it catching on fire. And I'm not sure if I recorded this, but somehow from a zombie I got a carrot, which is now planted here. And I've also made a new discovery in terms of getting bone meal, because if you check the recipe, you can actually get it from a bone block, but of course we are in 1.20 and we can use a composter. And the composter takes hemp seeds, of which we have a crap ton. So we can actually just use this. It has like a 30% chance of it giving us an advancement on the progression. So it's not exactly a 1-to-1, and still, it's a much easier way to get bone meal than getting 9 bones and then turning them into a single piece of bone meal. And now all I want to do is go to sleep, and then with the diamonds we gathered in the last mining trip and a bunch of iron, I want to make some more tools. Okay, so we want one more pair of smithing tongs. Okay, so we can actually use the blast furnace to get hot iron, so we don't need to light some fire. Oh, also we had one more diamond. Okay, so I want to start off 4 pieces because we only have 4, or we don't yet have 4 tongs, but we can make one more. So now if we go light the blast furnace, okay, yeah, it automatically uses the tongs to grab the iron, and I guess we can just put... I want to make 2 more ingots or 2 more pickaxes and then a sword for now. But for now we can just go and place these on this meeting table. And if we arrange these into a plus formation, we can get the trim for the shield. Which doesn't require polishing, it seems. So now we can just use this to craft the shield, I guess. Yes. Alright. Now for the second pickaxe head. And now for the sword. And now I'm guessing it's gonna be something like this. Maybe like this? No. Okay, it's at the bottom. Alright. Alright, we need a sword handle for this. So we actually need timber. And boom, that's our diamond sword. I think I can make a piece of armor with this. We need iron plating and iron straps. Okay, so iron plates are simply made placing the ingot in. Yes. And these are crafted with 2 pieces of leather, and it gives you 3, so it's still a 1-to-1. So now with 6 plates and 2 leathers, or I guess this is crafted into the normal crafting table, we can craft an eclipse moon. Well, no crafting an eclipse moon, just crafting a chest plate. Oh no, we need more iron plates, right? So we actually need to... that's a composter. Okay, so now we can actually craft the iron chest plate. And with 2 more straps, I think we can craft an helmet, right? So we need to plate 3 more ingots. Okay. So we can just keep the rest of our armor as leather, although we basically made the 2 pieces we already had, but... Okay, it seems I kinda messed up by making the armor immediately, because I actually wanted to build a couple of farms today. But it seems I actually no longer have the iron needed for that. So we're gonna have to go on a new mining trip with our brand new equipment. Okay, there's a bunch of iron underneath here, as well as the lava we were looking for. So let's try getting down. Oop. I lost the lava. Oh, that's lovely. And this also seems to be an iron vein. Ooh, yes, it is an iron vein. We've got a raw iron block. So we should mine around this patch of stuff, which means it's the... Ooh, there's so much iron. There's even another iron ore block. One of the reasons I wanted villagers was to get an iron farm, but if we manage to get a whole lot of iron from this patch here alone, we might not even need it. Okay, there's so many iron ore blocks. This is perfect. Oh wait, there's a spawner here. Okay, they shot each other. Wait, maybe let's light up this spawner. Should we break these? For now, let's place an everlasting torch. Ooh, luck of the sea. Right, I still haven't tried fishing. We also have 2 more chests, which I think we can just grab. Is these 2 separate iron veins, or is it the same one that loops back up? There's also more lava here, but I'm gonna keep it down there for the moment. Woohoo! And while we're here, we might as well gather some obsidian. Oh, and we're actually getting a heat stroke. Okay, let's maybe cool down a bit. Is water enough? No, it's not. We need to get back up a bit. And I guess we can also grab the bucket of lava. Or not. Okay, so we actually can't grab lava. We need to... If this is how it's gonna work, we are better off gathering it more near the surface. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real pain to carry that all the way back up. Alright, perfect. Oh, wait. Ooh, there's more here. I've started cooking all of the iron we have. And we can actually start preparing the items we need for the cow farm, which is gonna be actually really simple. We also need a bow for the dispenser, as well as a button. Let's start setting up all of the blocks. Then we're gonna need to go around somewhere to look for a lava lake, so that we can bring it home safely. Then if we just add a bucket of water here. So yeah, from here we should be able to just bring in the cows. Okay, these can just follow us to the farm. Okay, yeah. And alright. So this should be all. We are just missing the lava bucket. Okay, alright. Yes, we actually got a lava bucket. And I guess we're just gonna bring it around like this, waiting to regenerate and then picking it back up. That's gonna take a while, but that was close. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to bring it all the way to home in a single day. Okay. Finally got it. Okay, they died way too early. I hope that's because something happened and they had less than full health, otherwise this is not gonna work. Well, we're gonna see if this works in the long run. And after all of this, it was finally time to prepare the last few pieces of equipment we needed to go into the nether. Starting with the enchanting table, which for some reason requires literally the Bible to be crafted. As well as preparing more torches and iron armor. As well as enchanting our weapons, because these clearly saved us from this random horde of monsters that attacked us in the mines. And then crafting a ton of golden apples and turning them into enchanted golden apples, because without these we would die of heat in the nether. The last item we needed was TNT, because once in the nether we would use this to break the bedrock and get out. And finally, it was time for the final descent into the mines, to reach the bedrock layer and finally enter the nether, bringing an end to the early game of Harder Than Copper Age. In the next video, we're gonna go from here all the way to the end of the mod. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, a comment and subscribe. I thank you all for watching, and until next time, see ya.